What's up everybody, how's it going? It's Burke aka Dansg08 here, and it is my absolute pleasure to be bringing you this playthrough of The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us is a game that's really dear to my heart. In 2013 I played through the original game on the channel, and it was a huge success, and I loved the game. It became one of my favourite games of all time. And not only that, I actually worked on the development of the game. In 2013 I was a localization technician in London, and I worked on the Turkish localization of the game. So I was extremely lucky, and I got to play the game 2 or 3 months in advance of everybody else. So I just have this really special relationship with The Last of Us. I love the game to bits. So 7 years later, getting to sit down and play the sequel to the game, I'm really excited. So without much further ado, let's get into it, and I hope that it lives up to the hype and the review scores that I've seen it get, and that it's comparable in experience to the first one. So let's go. One thing before starting that I want to draw attention to, because I thought it was really amazing and it's something of particular interest to me, is that we have something here called accessibility. For those of you guys that are not aware, Naughty Dog has made like a considerable effort here to try and make this game as accessible to people with disabilities as possible. I made a documentary a few years back about a blind gamer, and the fact that he still tries his best to enjoy games with a passion, despite obviously his disability and how difficult it is for him to play certain games. And one of the reasons why I wanted to make that documentary was to raise awareness and hope that more games in the future had greater accessibility features so that people with disabilities were more able to experience them. So the fact that Naughty Dog has done some amazing things accessibility wise, I think it's a great thing to see. So if you have any interest in this, like if you're a player who needs accessibility features, or you have a friend that does, this is something that I do some research in and find out just exactly what these features are and how they might work for you. So it's something I quickly wanted to draw attention to before continuing. But let's go. Provides balanced experience, resources are limited. Looking for a greater channel. I'm gonna go for moderate, and if it feels easy, I'll go up to hard. The reason my 2013 playthrough was on Survivor was because I'd already played the game for 2 or 3 months, so I was pretty good at it by that stage. But because obviously I haven't played this one before, and I've only played the original once in the last 7 years, I'm gonna stick to moderate for this first attempt. Let's begin. Want to send a shout out to Sony for sending me this game. Really appreciate giving me the opportunity to play it early. Something so important for the channel.
I don't know what happened. I was supposed to take her to the Fireflies and walk away. You go halfway across the country with someone. She needed her immunity to mean something. Maybe I was starting to buy into that old cure business. Maybe I just wanted to do right by her. And then we made it. We found the Firefly. Because of her, they were actually going to make a cure. The only catch, it would kill her. Sweet Jesus.
Doctor?
What are you doing? I won't let you take her. This is our future. Think of all the lives we'll save.
Jesus Christ, Joel. What do you do?
I saved her.
objective. Don't let him get away!
God damn. That's so. That's a lot. What does Ellie know?
I told her they just ran some tests. I told her her immunity meant nothing.
And she believed you?
I didn't say otherwise.
We should head back.
Starting on horseback, huh? It's looking pretty. Nice. Wow, there we go. So even at the end of the first game, this place was looking like a real, you know, place where you could live a reasonable life, even in these situations, and it seems like it's still going strong. So that's good to see.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm really curious about how much bigger a game this is going to be than the first one. Because the first game, when you really think about it, it really wasn't that long at all. It was still brilliant, but it just, compared to some of the other stuff that we play in more modern times, it did feel a little bit short. I do wonder how much longer a game and bigger of a game this is going to be than the first. For the record, I don't really know anything about the game. I saw like one teaser trailer, and that was it. And I've kept myself away from spoilers as well. So I'm not going to be reading the comments because I don't want to get spoiled or anything. So that's just the general thing. I have a blank slate going into this. I know the review scores and I know a little bit about obviously the general premise, and this is going to be more of Ellie's game than Joel's game. But I just saw like one teaser trailer like 2 years ago maybe, and that's been the only real footage that I've seen in any detail. But that's just how I always do these things. It's not special to The Last of Us 2. The more I care, the less I see in advance. Gustavo. It's good to see him on board.
It's okay. I got him. You go on.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
About what we were talking about earlier. I can't say I'd have done different. I'll take it to the grave if I have to.
I'll see you later, Doc.
That's brotherhood right there. There we go. The man himself, no Bruce Straley this time.
Hello? Ellie?
Jesus. Almost gave me a heart attack.
I tried knocking, but
Hey,
hey,
what's up, Joel?
just checking in. Folks are, talking about how impressed they are with you and how well you're helping out.
It's good.
Yeah. Tommy and I went out riding the other day, and he told me a joke, and I thought about you. It's oh shoot, now I forgot it. Something about a clock. How do you?
Joel, it's pretty late and I gotta get up in a few hours.
Yeah. I know. I'm gonna get out of your hair. Just I want to show you something. Just give me 1 second.
What's this?
Some folks call this thing here a guitar.
Funny.
You want to hear something?
Okay.
Okay. Promise me that you won't laugh.
I won't laugh. I won't.
I'm trusting you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guitar players.
If I ever were to lose you, I'd surely lose myself. Everything I have found here, I'm not found by myself. Try and sometimes you'll succeed to make this man of me. All my stolen missing parts I've no need for any more, 'cause I believe, and I believe, 'cause yes, I can see our future days, days of you and me. There you go.
Well, that didn't suck.
I'll take what I can get. She's yours.
No. No. I don't know the first thing
I
about
promised that I'd teach you how to play.
You did.
So what do you say, tomorrow night? First lesson?
Deal.
Okay. Okay.
Do you remember the joke?
What is the downside to eating a clock? It's time consuming.
That's so dumb.
Yeah. Good night, kiddo.
Time skip coming, I think. Oh boy. I played the first game about a week before this, so it's already fresh in my mind. Yeah. Shit.
Shit. Fuck. Hey,
Morning.
sorry, I totally overslept. Just give me a minute and I'll get dressed.
I heard you had quite a night after I left.
She kissed me. It was just Dina being Dina. She didn't mean anything by it.
I was talking about your fight with Seth. Wait, you kissed Dina?
Oh. I thought this...
We're broken up 1 week and you make a move on my girl?
No. She was probably just trying to make you jealous. I would never... Oh, fuck, this is awkward.
I'm messing with you, man. I don't care. Get dressed.
You're the worst.
It's kind of fucked up you did that.
Stuff together, we're already late.
Smells fine.
Alright, here we go. So yeah, that first scene,
So tired.
especially like after being quite fresh from playing the first game, I decided to give it another run through after 7 years. And you can see just like how much Joel is invested in her now, because obviously in the first game there was talk of this whole guitar stuff and he was like, yeah, there's no way you're ever going to hear me sing. And that turned into obviously him singing her that song and gifting her the guitar. It's all just like very important, very big symbolism. And we've got a PS3, a fat one. Oh wow, nice. So yeah, obviously I know from like what I have seen of the game that it seems to take place not during the first scene that we saw. So I was expecting like cutting straight to whatever's going to happen in like the main game, but I guess we're going to see how it's going to descend into whatever chaos it's going to. But clearly some terrible shit's going to go down because life was looking good at this point.
Okay.
But as always, it's all going to go wrong. And I think the better it looks at the start, the worse it's going to get.
Sure.
Okay. Don't think there's anything else for me to inspect here. But I mean, I like that it looks and feels pretty much exactly the same as the first one did. I mean, I always enjoyed that side of it. Visually, like, of course, it's better, but it's not like insane. I think it's good. Like, it's good enough for what it needs to be. It looks nice from what I can see so far. So let's get going.
Hey, is Joel up?
Got reports of infected out north. We sent him and Tommy out early to scout.
That sucks.
Yeah. Can't imagine they got much sleep. Definitely not as much as you.
Shut up. I was just about to get up. I was.
You got everything?
Yes.
Why do I get the feeling this guy's gonna die?
Heads up, you're the talk of the town this morning.
What?
Let me see if I got this right. You kissed Dina,
She kissed me.
which triggered Seth to call you a not-so-nice word.
Yep.
Then Joel decked him,
Another push.
and then you got mad at Joel. That part confused me.
It was a strange night, man.
Sounds exciting. Sorry I missed it.
Yeah, these guys are really...
Safe out there.
We always are.
Things are starting to come together here in this place. I don't know how much I can, again, go off the beaten track. It's something I always try to do when I'm playing, especially with linear games, because there's not as much scope for it. I wasn't even sure if it could potentially be an open world game, and I'm pretty sure it's going to have the same vibe as the old one. And to me, that's no problem, because I mean, I really love the original. And this seems to flow pretty seamlessly into the sequel. It doesn't feel like I'm playing a totally like different, revamped game, and I don't think I needed to. So, at least for now, at least early vibes, it feels
Maria
it feels
wants to
right
work
to
with
me.
you.
Where is she?
Diner.
Is this about Seth?
No clue.
Just tell her you never saw me.
Nope.
Where's your fucking loyalty?
Excuse me?
Okay.
Hey, so... We're okay, right?
You and me? Yeah, of course. Dina and I are done.
I know. It's just... I don't want you to think...
Ellie, we're cool. Promise.
Thanks.
One thing that I was pretty certain would be the case in the remake is the fact that the camera's the same. I was wondering, because in the movie version when I made it, one trouble I always had was that you always defaulted back to, as you can see here, you can't walk and have Ellie face you at the same time with your camera. It's not a free camera. So while you're standing you can, but then as soon as you walk, this is what happens. So for the movie version that caused me problems, because obviously when you're cutting during editing, you're going to end up cutting back to the same shot every time. That's one thing I always do with movie versions. I try to cut to a shot from the front and then a shot from behind to make it, you know, feel a bit more cinematic. But that's something I'm just going to have to compromise with as I'm working on the movie version. I'll do my best. Oh. Can we pet the dog? Of course we can.
Hey, old time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, get a good scratch.
Okay, let's tick that box. Always got to be able to pet the animals, man. Always. That's good. Things are looking good here. And they don't have to rely on human meat, by the looks of things, which is massive.
Here she comes. Shh. Hey, Jesse.
Oh, hi.
Because the first time blind playthrough, like ahead of release, it's impossible that I'm going to get everything or even most of the things, but just in general I do my best to keep my eyes open and have a look around at stuff as best I can. But it's not going to be that kind of perfectionist walkthrough. It's a first time experience.
Want to grab some breakfast?
No. Where's Maria?
In the back.
Alright, it's busy in here.
Excuse me.
Ellie, there you are. Come here. Seth's got something he wants to say to you.
I don't want to hear what that bigot has to say.
Do it for me, please.
Fine.
Seth. Seth, come here.
Fuck me.
Hey. Look, last night I was drinking too much.
Sure.
I'm trying to say I'm sorry. Maria tells me that you and Dina are headed out. I made you some sandwiches.
Okay.
They're steak.
Thank you, Seth.
Yeah. Well, you be safe out there.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
What you got there?
Bigot sandwiches.
Smells good.
They're yours.
You sure?
It's fine.
Let me walk you out.
Okay.
When you go out, I want you to trade off with Tommy and Joel. Those boys have been up for far too long.
Where do I meet them?
If you go up to the Northwest Lookout, they're scheduled to arrive later today. Watch yourself. There's too many sightings of infected recently.
Of course. I was gonna check out the creek trails. I'll need someone else to cover it.
Ellie, you know the creek trails?
Not really.
Dina's done it a bunch. I'll have the two of them take it.
Well, that solves that. Ellie, can I talk to you for a sec?
What's up?
Look, I don't know what's going on with you and Joel.
Maria.
Guy really cares about you. And I'm sure he didn't mean to.
We're fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry to pry. Be safe.
Thanks.
Yo, Dina! Assignments!
Just give me a minute.
We get your girlfriend to the stables, please.
Hey, Dina. Can I talk to you?
Hey, guys, I'm tapping out. Come on. For how long?
Whew.
Hey.
Hey. I just want to say sorry for running off last night.
Oh, it's okay. I totally get it. I felt bad.
Why?
Because I started the whole thing, and I shouldn't have kissed you in front of all of those people.
No,
And
you were drunk. It's fine.
well, still, I don't want you to think.
No, I'm not reading into it or anything. Just...
You know what I love about you? How you let me finish my sentences.
All right. Well, we should probably get going.
Yeah.
Ow!
What the fuck? I'm not even playing!
Because you're a chicken? You're a chicken.
I hate this kid so much.
You want to fuck him up?
Yeah, I do.
You asked for it. You better run, you little shits. Holy shit.
Oh boy, here we go.
Cover, go, go!
No mercy on the little kids, I'm sorry.
Suckers.
When it comes to snowball fights, I don't play.
Eat that. Oh, I'm coming for you, Tiny. Yeah, you better run. You better run.
This is easier than I thought. I'll let them get a hit in. There you go.
Ow! Damn.
That was a good shot.
Arm on that kid.
I'm not even gonna front. That was good. So was that. There you go. They're getting better now.
I'm gonna go over there and fight you, like for real.
I didn't want to feel like I was being too hard on it. There we go.
Oh, suck it. Fuck yeah. Don't tell your mom.
go.
In your face.
I like this. Nice bit of light
I see you.
combat to start before we have to start fucking up the infected.
Oh, miss me. Ow! I know where you live, Alex.
I feel like Dina's not helping me very much here. I'm scoring all the points.
Oh, you better hide.
Oh, that was a good shot.
Eat snow.
Ooh,
I see you.
damn. Alright, okay, this has turned into legit. It's a nice way to get reacquainted with the mechanics. But things are just gonna go so wrong.
No, no.
Damn.
No.
Ooh.
Ow! Who taught you that?
That was good. Let's climb a bit.
Gotcha.
Okay, she did put in a little bit of work there. It's nice that Gustavo's returned for the soundtrack as well.
Child, I would pelt you. Oh no, you got snow in your hair.
He did a great job with the first. I really enjoyed the soundtrack. Oh, but I'm one away.
Little shit. We're winning.
Ah. Come on, I got this. There we go.
No fair. Eat it, shrimps. Hey. How's it feel? No. Get her. Help me. You'll never get away with this. Get off of her, you monsters. All right. We actually have some work to do. Scram. Man.
I guess I asked for that, huh?
Yep. Let's go.
Right. Let's go.
So, Jesse wants us to do the creek trails. He's gonna relieve Joel and Tommy.
Oh, that's nice you assigned us together. You're gonna like this group.
Again, I'm thinking about the start of The Last of Us, and we lost someone very early in that game, and obviously that's just a part of the Last of Us world and narrative. People die all the time here, and it's extremely dangerous. So every time I meet someone new that we look like we're going to be like close with or friends with, or that's going to be an ally, my first thought was always like, yeah, this person could die. Always on edge about that.
Girls.
Morning.
Yeah, this place is doing well, man.
Hey, ladies. I'll bring them in.
Thank you.
So I guess we get to go on horseback again for a bit. Just even stuff like electricity just being so like... In the first game you almost basically never ever saw electricity. To see it here is kind of crazy. Even some of that is just something you take for granted.
That's a good girl. Look who's here.
Thanks. Come on. Hey, Shimmer.
Poor Callus.
Ah, look who decided to join us.
Yeah.
One for you. And one for you.
Alright, we're getting the big boy weapons from the start.
Open it up. Settle down, children. All right. You all know the drill. Run your routes, mark your logbooks, clear any infected you see. You run into anything you can't handle, you come back. Be smart about it. All right. Get going.
I mean, if it's been 4 years since even these guys have got there, I think they must have a good system in place to keep people alive.
Yeah.
shame that cold doesn't seem to kill these infected, or life would be so much easier.
Hey. What were you dreaming about?
Was I talking?
You're doing your teeth grinding thing.
Where have you been?
Grab your gear. I want to show you something.
What?
Trust me.
Okay, we've got a new playable character.
Come on. This way.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
It's cold. You sure you don't want to do this when the sun's out? And it's warmer?
No. Can't wait.
And you don't want to just tell me?
You need to see it.
Very story-heavy start. The most action we've had is a snowball fight.
What are you doing wandering around out here by yourself?
Been restless.
You too?
Feel like the farther south we go, the prettier it's gotten.
You want to keep going? Just drive all the way to Mexico?
I've thought about it.
You can see Manny's hometown.
Yeah, I don't see that living up to his stories somehow.
Yeah, no, probably not. You did all this in the dark?
Yes. Now come on.
That seems dangerous as shit. Where's them first infected?
You keep going like this, we're gonna be tired for today's trip.
It's not that far.
Hey, is Mel okay? She seemed out of it these past few days.
She'll be fine.
You stop being weird, you're freaking me out.
I'm not being weird. Careful jumping over these.
Okay. That's one thing I am curious about in terms of traversal, that we're going to have a bit
Breaking
more.
up with Mel?
What? No. You wish.
I've had my fill, thank you.
I see. Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be a bit more. It does seem like there's going to be a bit more, like
You're gonna
running,
have to run to make it.
running, jumping.
If you can do it, I can do it.
Ouch.
We can't all be as graceful as you.
Clearly.
What is that?
You'll be fine.
It's too high.
Ooh.
Come on.
Yeah, this is serious.
Hey,
Sheesh.
eyes on me. Abby. Stop looking down.
Do we have to go back this way?
Consider it an opportunity to work on your fears.
How about I work my foot up your ass?
Abby, stop flirting.
Yeah, there is going to be a little bit more of this stuff. Ah, they found... Okay.
Is this it?
We made it.
Holy shit. It's a fucking city.
Yeah.
Have you told anyone else?
Wanted you to see it first. Saw an armed patrol go from town to an outpost over there. A few more outposts in between. They have electricity, guns. It's a lot of people.
We can figure it out.
Okay. Assuming he's in there, how do we get to him?
We can corner one of the patrols and get confirmation, and then, I don't know, maybe find a way to lure him out.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure they'll be happy to offer that information up.
Well, then we make them.
You hear yourself?
Okay, what do you want to do? What is going on with you?
Mel's pregnant.
Oh. Okay.
It's not just that, though.
Should I say congrats?
When everyone else sees this, they're gonna want to turn back.
We can convince him, right? I fucking knew I couldn't count on you.
Abby, I want what you want, but not at any cost. Hey.
Don't.
See you back at the lodge.
Fuck it.
Oh boy. Yeah, that situation is looking complicated. I mean, obviously, my initial reaction was that they'd want to go there.
I'll do the whole thing on my own.
And want to surely find a place to settle, maybe. But that definitely doesn't seem like the case now. So, and obviously, who is it in there that they want, and why? Interesting. Okay. So she's all on her own out here, and I really don't know what the infected situation is like. Collectible wise, again, I'm not sure how it works in this game, what kind of collectibles we're going to have, how much of it there will be. There'll probably be more of it than there was in The Last of Us, the first game. But of course, no HUD at the moment. They try to always keep it as immersive as possible. You can see a bit of the film grain as well. So it still looks like it's going to stay very cinematic and be similar pace-wise to the first game. That's the vibe I'm getting. I always think with the sequel, they tend to just it's always better to try and keep the same blueprint and just have an incremental increase in some of the areas. Like one of the things I think that stood out most to me when I was playing the first game again was the animation, or maybe like the fluidity of the movement, like when you're exploring and when you're in combat, felt a bit stiff and dated compared to some of the more recent stuff I've been playing. It helped to give the game a more like visceral, powerful feel when you're in combat, like when you're smashing people up with like melee attacks or like baseball bats and whatever. But I do feel like it was a little bit stiffer than it maybe could have been. So I think, I don't know, stuff like that. I feel like surely it's going to be better in this game, and it already feels a bit better. But we'll have to see how much deeper they go on certain elements, like maybe the gunplay, the crafting, development, environment, stealth, AI.
He got Mel pregnant.
Yeah, like I said, that situation looks complicated.
Shit.
Here we go. Right. First sign of what was once life in some form.
You alive?
Come on now. Only 5 bullets. Resources are always difficult in the last fight, especially when you go up to like really high difficulties. You have to be really sparing. But hopefully on moderate it shouldn't be too bad, but these guys got wrecked.
That's a lot of them.
En masse. Just trying to see if there's anything to pick up from here. But the reticle, the aiming, all that stuff, it all looks exactly the same as the first game. Which again, I don't have problems with. I just got so used to it that at one stage I was really, like, my aim was really on point. Because again, I played the game non-stop for like 2 or 3 months. I got pretty good at it. But there won't be any such magic, I think, in this playthrough. I'll try. Might have a few... Oh my god. Fuck me. Or is it... Oh, it's a press down. Damn. I'm liking the facial animation so far. It's always the kind of stuff that Naughty Dog does so well. But the facial expressions and like movements of like the lip and stuff, they look really good at the moment. Ooh. Here we go. Sheesh. Shoot him in the face. Okay. Sheesh. Yeah, she looks powerful. Just gonna fuck some infected up. Oh boy. Alright. Yeah. That's why guns are usually not always the best. Unless your aim is really good and you're headshotting stuff, it's very risky. If you don't get the headshot, it's 3 bullets. But you can see the areas are feeling a bit bigger than they did in the last, so it's not quite as claustrophobic. There we go. That's what you got to do. Yeah, and if you miss... Yeah, keeping that visceral feel. That's one of the things I loved, man.
Fuck. My shoulder.
Okay. Again, to be honest, I've got so much health. Do I have to do this? I think I'm good. But yeah, again, this looks the same as the first game. It's obviously a cleaner look, but in general it's the same. But yeah, the melee and like the killing blows used to feel really powerful and visceral in the first game. And of course that's something they have to retain. But I killed all of these infects. I think there's like 4 I took out, and not a single one dropped anything. So as you can see, even on moderate, it's looking like they're not going to give you that much in terms of resources, so you're going to have to be careful. There was a few release notes that came for people like me that managed to get the game early from Sony, and you know it did mention the fact that there are still going to be plenty of situations where it's a better idea to use stealth, or if you get seen, to run. So it's still going to retain those sort of elements as well. It doesn't always have to be take every single one out or go in all guns blazing. And well, it wasn't like that for the first game either, but it's still going to be like that based on what Naughty Dog themselves are saying. But yeah, it's the interiors where it really starts to come back to you. Because obviously those outdoor areas, that's one thing. Okay, I'll go down there in a bit. The outdoor areas are one thing, but like,
How do I get out of here?
for me, the houses and the interiors and the streets are like the very memorable The Last of Us vibes. Nature kind of taking man-made structures over again, like the roads, pavements, buildings, all of that stuff. That was where, like, visually it really it felt like The Last of Us to me. So of course we're gonna have like these forest sections and stuff, but for me the cities and the streets are where it's at when it comes to The Last of Us. Okay.
This is a bad idea, Abby.
Yeah, I've only got 3 bullets, so... What's that? I'm trying to see if that's infected. Couldn't tell. Yeah, you really got to make them shots count, man. Because, again, no bullets.
Where's that lookout?
They'll give you just enough that if you're not too wasteful, you'd always have some bullets, but I don't think you're going to have too much abundance. So again, this sort of stuff in terms of going outside the rails. Just want to check if there's an option for... There's photo mode as standard here, which is a very good idea. I love the restart checkpoint and restart encounter situation they have in this game. It's always nice, I think, the way it works. If you just fuck up and you want to just go back without having to deal with that stuff, it's nice and easy. Okay, very customizable. Weapon cross. Okay, I'll keep it on whatever option that is. Ah, okay, that's a shame. For movie version work, that's always the best thing, but it's going to be annoying that it's locked. Because I tend to record the movie alongside the LP. Dodge prompts off. Sometimes. Displays a special icon when a collectible has already been picked up in a previous playthrough. Okay, fine. I just wanted to see if there was a way to make the camera wider, but I don't think there is. Okay. So it's fixed. One bullet. Wow. Sheesh. Okay, I found something. Here we go. Okay. To anyone who reads this, my name is Seth. I'm from San Francisco, trying to get to Jackson with my 2 sons. We lost our car, our compass, our guns. We were raided outside of Reno. My wife and eldest were killed. I've been trying to follow maps, but the snow makes it impossible to hold on to the road for very long. Was hoping to wait out these storms, but my boys are starving. I haven't seen so much as a squirrel in a week. I can't sit here and watch them waste away. We're going to head out. West-northwest. I heard what sounded like gunshots over there, across the ridge. Hopefully we'll find people. Hopefully they'll be kind. Please, if you read this, come find us. I think it's Wednesday. God bless you. So I'm pretty certain this is the same Seth that we ran into in at the bar kind of place. I think what we're going to see here in terms of like characters is that we're going to have... What I always like to see is obviously complex and nuanced characters. So It's no secret if you've been following like The Last of Us or Neil Druckmann or like the upcoming game, that we're going to have people that maybe we don't see as much in games in terms of like how they identify sexually, maybe gender-wise, maybe greater inclusion of different races, all of that kind of stuff. And for me, it's about how do these guys, how real do they feel, and how do they fit into the story. For me, that always overpowers, you know, what any labels that you might want to put on people. And I think what we're going to see in this game, personally, is that we're going to have complex characters where you might see them and you want to put them in one box, whether it be positive or negative, and then you're going to see everyone's going to do things and probably say things and act in ways that is going to make you question things, that's going to make you see a lot of grey. I think we're not going to have as many black and white sort of characters, and I think that's going to be interesting. People are going to have context of their actions, you know, people are going to have flaws, all that kind of stuff, and that's what I'm looking forward to seeing as someone that wants to experience the story. So a nice diverse cast is always great, I'm always for that, but I'd love for it to also manifest in a great story.
It's gotta be close.
And to be honest, like I say, I've always said it, but think about it, the last 2 games of this type that Naughty Dog has made is Uncharted 4 and The Last of Us, and they've just been, for me, they've been masterpieces of storytelling, and I don't see why suddenly they'd forget how to be a good storytelling team after all of this stuff. So I'm excited. Is this the kind of place I can get in? Yeah. Shit. Okay, so we're gonna get a stealth kill now, right? Okay, listen mode is here from last time. This is something that was disabled in like the harder difficulties, but I think especially when you're doing your first playthrough, I think it's a nice idea to use it. So easy does it. Easy does it. Okay. And a bullet for our troubles. Excellent. That's it. All of that stuff is familiar to us from the first game. And there is always utility in taking out taking out enemies using that method. There we go. Okay, get some bullets in now. But that would probably lead me to think we're heading into a much more dangerous area, where even 6+1 bullets probably isn't a huge amount. The grimy toilets of The Last of Us. Well, it's been about 25 years now since the cordyceps hit. Everything just getting worse and worse. Oh fuck, that was stupid. So this sort of stuff is why headshots are just so valuable in this game. That's not how I planned to do it, but there you go. I was getting a bit carried away. Because of the restart encounter and restart checkpoint, it does sometimes make you a little bit kind of... You're more likely to throw caution to the wind. Because it's just so easy and quick to restart. So like, let's say I want to do that encounter again. It's literally like... It's not too difficult, I think. Although restart encounter didn't appear. But in general, it's a good feature.